Welcome, Flo. Hey, Shachar. Um, let's see. What are you talking about? Check out that song by Atif Aslam. I don't think I'd like that. Do you know the song Gay Porn? I do not. Uh, I will not check that song out. I will never check that song out. I promise you I won't. No matter what, I will never. Can you play Fly Me to the Moon? Sure. Um, better not be sitting around playing guitar all day. Yeah, pretty much what I'm doing. Hey, thanks for the super chats, fellas. Oh shit, I see questions. No fedora? No, no fedora today. Um, can you play it? Or there will be another you. There will be many other. Come do a gig with my band at a festival. Okay, sounds beautiful. Thanks, guys. Which scales are you using? I don't know. A few of them. A few of them. Um, I'm just trying to, make some changes happen. Um, does your Patreon have a suggested order of study? Um, yeah, we have like a first page kind of organizer thing, but it's not like nerd shit where we're pretending that there's some sort of structure to it. There isn't. You just learn a bunch of shit and then you get good by working every day. And it's not college, it's music, you know? Um, it's almost like you know some chords, maybe some jazz, some. Have you ever, did you ever play a Benson? Do you ever play Benson? No, I don't. I do not. Um, so yeah. I would come to Maryland. These are flat wounds. These are the Benson strings, the 12s. Um, Thank you, thank you. Mm. How do you feel about learn tunes in all 12 keys? Terrible idea. Do flat ones suck for arch stops with floating pickups? I'm not a fan of floating pickups, Dave. Um, Real new bands or artists. Rachel and Vilray, all the way. I just went to see him live. Incredible. Incredible. Is your guitar plugged in? It is. Um, it sure is. da do do da da do do de no do de. Let's go. Da 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 jazz fusion gets girls hot. Yeah, with anger and resentment. Let's see. I love your channel, but why am I watching you practice when I should be doing that? Uh, yeah, you should be doing that. You shouldn't be watching other people practice. It's crazy. Hey, Marvin, I remember a lesson you had D Dorian and you were playing G altered scale with progression. Yep. This is so. Oh, thank you. That ending was sick. I'm gonna come and play with my band. Sure. Is there any theory behind this? Yeah, early Bon Jovi, indeed. Yeah, there's lots of theory behind this. What's the tune? That was in the wee small hours of the morning, kind of. I fucked it up. I couldn't remember how it goes, so it was sort of it. Lucas, thanks for being on the Patreon. Nice. Uh, if I wanted to start to play jazz, where should I start? I don't know. I made a video about where to start. Walk bass. Walk some bass lines. Learn how to make a melody that just like sounds nice and outline some changes and actually improvise. Most people's problems nowadays is that they just forget to improvise. They just learn a bunch of shit and then they play it. But the whole point is to be able to locate the speed in which you can think about a melody and actually outline harmony. Learn how to walk and then solo from there. That's a good idea. Use walking as like a kind of home you return to, but then it's improvised. Even if you can't walk, just play the roots. Like with grooves, swing with the roots. And once you get the roots, get some fifths in there to just connect things. arpeggios with chromatic notes inside them. Yeah, you gotta. That's the thing. I think you're asking the right questions. If you want to learn how to, it's learning how to play jazz. It's learning how lines are made, and bass lines, walking bass lines are the first level, like quarter note improvisation. If you can outline the harmony, you know it sounds like the tune. So play things that sound like the tune. And I know it sounds like mystical mumbo jumbo, but it's improvised. There's no one thing. I can't tell you like play these notes because then you'll just learn it as a lick and it'll be like that's one way of doing it, but I still don't know how to drive the vehicle. So roots on the strong beats of the measure, like on one, is a good starting point, but you don't always have to do that. So there's exception to every rules. Approach notes are a big thing. Neighbor tones are a big thing. Outlining harmony, targeting. So have those terms like, but those words are empty until you have a defining moment with them. You have to, like, I say the words, and to me they mean something I do, but to you they mean something you've heard online or kind of put together. You have to start trying to make your line sound like the song, and then I'm just playing like. I don't really have great chops with my fingers, but like, if I'm playing with like a pick, I would really slide into like that eighth note pocket and start like kind of playing call and response with myself through tunes. So if I'm playing like Stella by Starlight or something like that, I'll try to like outline the harmony through a bass line. It's halftime bass. When you do use enclosures, do you always pay attention to hit chord tones on strong beats? No, fuck no. You just, when you work on enclosures, you gotta work on all the possibilities. So like, just learn how to hear them. So if I'm like, playing on a major chord, you can hear like, hearing them on beats, like, again, enclosures are ways of using melody notes and rhythm, right? So if you can't imagine enclosures, it's a rhythm that like you need, it's a song rhythm. So that's like on strong beats, but I can hear put the neighbor tone on the beat, or the approach notes on the beat. So it's about, it's kind of like you have a spice drawer and you have like 3 spices that are kind of like, whatever, like that's like like grated Parmesan, shredded Parmesan, or like, it's like all fucking Parmesan, but like the subtle differences do matter depending on what you're making. So you gotta know what they sound like. using arpeggio shapes. The problem with like soloing with chord tones is that you want to make sure that you're using the right sounds on the chords, right? So it's like sometimes the chord tones of the arpeggiated harmony um, are not the right sound for the tune. Like if you're playing a blues, is a good example, and you're using the arpeggio of the one chord, that's a terrible sound to make on the one chord. Like if you're playing on an F blues and you're playing F7, that's just you're hitting notes that are like not gonna. It's like doesn't matter. Like obviously, if you're a great rhythm, anything works. But like that, those are not colorful places to land. So you got to just make sure that you're, if you're doing the chord tone approach, that you're breaking up the right upper structures on the chords. Be very like the hint is right in the chord. Like here's the sound, right? Like on an F7, like you. I know you're asking the master there, but if you don't know the basic arpeggios like the back of your head, then you should focus on that. Yeah, I mean, you should always focus on the basic guitar shit for guitar. When you start applying the stuff that you have focused on, you also got to make sure that you're not programming terrible behaviors into your stylistic playing. So that you don't have to go and deprogram them later. So you have to know arpeggios, right? It's like that's not a negotiable thing in jazz guitar. But if you've spent a year like arpeggiating a 12-bar blues, root, 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 like 1 4 5, then you're gonna have to spend a few months unlearning that shit because your fingers are gonna go to the wrong places because that's what you told them to do. So separate when you're when you graduate from just doing guitar stuff out of time or with a metronome, but in the realm of exercise, into playing tunes, make sure that you are using some version of the right sounds. All the great players hit the ground running, and I think that's why, like people over transcribe these days. Like people always say, well, Wes Montgomery transcribed Charlie Christian. It's like, yeah, but Charlie Christian has like 10 fucking solos in his career that are recorded, right? It's like how many Charlie Christian solos are there? So like, okay, so Wes is a talented dude. He spent 3 months doing that, and then he lived for another like 30 years playing the guitar. So what did he do after that? Let's look at so like they transcribed to figure out what they didn't have other resources. So that's how they figure out what sounds go on what sounds. But That should be the basic thing. Like you look at a chord that you would use. That's the best way with guitar. Just look at a chord you would use in the blues and just be like, well, what is on top of this thing? How do I make like how do you actually break like make lines out of the sounds that are on your fingers? Um, which guitar is that? That is a ES 175 from 1970. Uh, how to do chromatic enclosures on bass. The B string of the guitar makes life easier. Enclosures are primarily around on a single string. So if you have what I call a simple enclosure, which is like chord tone up, half step down. If I have just an F7 chord, so that a simple enclosure means that I am surrounding it with two directions, meaning half step down to the target and whole step up, whatever's in the scale. So to make an F major triad, that's a dominant chord, I would go in time. That's like putting the strong beat. That's kind of like the most common way to do it, even though you can do it any way you want in time. You can go like. Now that in triplets would be like. Now, if I'm doing 16th notes, I can go neighbor, target, approach, target. But then you see I have two targets, so instead of the target, I can put a chromatic enclosure there, like a chromatic neighbor tone. So that works on the root and the fifth. Around the third, I have a half step neighbor tone, so I have to do a double approach. So that's like the typical enclosure language. So I crashed. Been loving your short. Thank you. That lick sounds old-timey. It sure is old-timey. A lot of people used it. If you look at like the stuff Metheny and Schofield and Scott Henderson use, that comes less from Parker and more from Coltrane, where they used like 6 notes to get to the note. So these were like 3 notes to get to the note. But like if you look at like a typical way that like let's say Coltrane would get to that thing, like that would be like to surround a note would be like let's see. That's 2 from below, 2 from above, 1 from below into them. Like, you know, if you just play a pentatonic scale and throw one of those in, it's kind of like enough, you know? That's just like pentatonic scale, but to get to C, I just threw in like that super chromatic enclosure. Can you do a jazz blues for us? Yeah. Let's see. Gibson Les Paul. Oh, trying to cook along with this man. Oh yeah. Inspiring. Thank you. Oh, I missed a lot of things. You often. Well, I missed a lot of things. What's the point? At what point does a student stop trying to be good and learn to perform like a real musician? Hopefully early. Uh, let's see. You often speak of focusing on interesting rhythms or so. Who are your players who should just learn improv? Rhythms? Oh, dude, there are all so many amazing ones. Charlie Parker, Cannonball. I don't know. It's amazing. Wes, everything Wes does is amazing. Learn the D natural blues. Oh yeah, that's a good one. In my second month of basic bitch level on Patreon, I explained to my wife why it wasn't an OF. Yeah, yeah. It's not OnlyFans. Once a guru told me you should study all your stuff, scales, arpeggios, shapes, but forget them all. Yeah, try to remember them for now, though. Okay. What do you think about Tom Quayle method of visualizing the fretboard? I don't know anything about it, but I hate it already. I bet you I'd hate it. I don't know why. I just have a feeling, a very strong feeling. I think he's wrong, and I don't know what he's saying. See, all about fourths tuning. I hate it already. Fourths tuning, perfect. Yeah, because the hubris, right? This instrument is like a Darwinistic evolution of hundreds of years of people, like, fucking around with the tuning to find the thing that works for guitar, and then they're like, fourths makes sense. Why is it tuned that way? It's just crazy. You know what I mean? It's like just rewiring your car's engine. Like when you first start out, makes more sense this way. Yeah, I hate it. Told you I'd hate it. Yeah. Who's your favorite gypsy jazz player? Jimmy Rosenberg and Django. I mean, obviously Django. But do you think in modes or in keys? Well, they're both part of the same thing, so both. The answer would be yes, I think, in modes and in keys. Caged is just a way to organize. Caged is not a way to think. The things that you see in Caged are, it's just a way to split the guitar into one octave shapes. So it's like from here to here, B flat to B flat, I can see the key of B flat or the key of whatever, right? It's like I can see the key of A flat, which would give me a B flat Dorian. But that way of seeing it is called a G minor shape or a G shape. Right? Major is in there, minor is in there, diminished is in there, augmented is in there. So it's a way of slicing up the guitar into 7 pianos. Play some bebop shit. Yeah, Jimmy's the best, dude. Strong agree. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta go. See you later.